Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Broncos perfect slash realistic slash ideal offseason for this 2023 offseason. We're here. We are 5-12, like the accuracy in real life. Obviously, the other standings cannot be just the way that Madden works and how stupid it is. But I just tried to deal some contracts out to some certain guys. They wanted a little bit longer deals, but we'll see if they want to re-sign here. Let's go out to the off season, look at the season recap, see who wins the Super Bowl and whatnot. Um, Another video idea. Good. I keep on, you know, keep getting the playoffs. In my head, and it's so crazy to think that it's already around. Like it's already the playoffs, right? So it's just crazy to me. But the Baltimore Ravens will become victorious against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 17-34. Robert Saleh, Cooper Kupp, Nick Bosa, Breece Hall, Aiden Hutchinson, all of them. I mean, you guys can look at the awards, whatever you guys want to look at. It's a good season, I guess. It can be realistic, but Robert Saleh, Coach of the Year, is probably not happening. Breece Hall was healthy in this simulation, and that is why he did what he did. Yeah, I guess all we can really do is move on and re-sign some players now. Broncos are a very spread apart team. They looked very win now before the season, and then as they went through the season, you obviously suffered a couple of injuries and whatnot. So I'm just not really sure where you stand as of like right now. Draymond Jones says he wants a lot of time, and so he does get a 6-year deal. It's a long time, honestly, but we're gonna need middle linebacker for sure. Running back is in play, especially with injury-prone Javonte Williams. I think that we can really flip the script, get him a counterpart that isn't named Chase Edmonds for the future. I think that could also happen. But in free agency, what do the Broncos want? What do the Broncos do? They're going to go after some guys here. Tony Pollard is here, would complement Javonte Williams fine, but not interested. Boo Boo Smith Juicer's there. Marcus Davenport. He feels like a Bronco to me. I'm not sure why. I'm down to offer on him. I'm not sure how many teams have offered on him, actually. Okay, we are at the top, but we definitely need to convince a little bit more. Tom Brady is in free agency. Rashad Penny's here. Darrell Henderson. Wide receivers, what do we got here? Um, on roster, on the right side, you see Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and Tim Patrick, with two of them reaching significant age. So if you want to bring on a younger receiver, like a 25 years old receiver, if they're in here, you could, but it just doesn't really look to see like anyone really in play. And then Irv Smith would be interesting here, actually. Significantly better than the next best, but I think that those guys will really have to develop on their own. So I think I'm fine leaving it, really. Maybe a guy like Ricky Seals Jones or whatever in the second phase. Anybody here even worth looking at? At left guard, we have Dalton Reisner. I'm curious who we have at right guard, though. Quinn Miners, that's right. Okay. And then at center, you have. It is going to be Lloyd Cushenberry. And then at tackle spots, what do you have? You got Garrett Bowles, that's right. And then on the other side of Garrett Bowles, I'm pretty sure this is the position in need. Absolutely. Graham Glasgow would be the next best guy. I think that we could use a bridge tackle like George Fant on a 1-year deal. Absolutely. I'm fine bringing George Fant in for that long. We're going to need end for sure. We only have Draymond Jones who will play interior as well. So it's not even like a suitable role. Charles Omenahu's here. And then obviously we are going in on Marcus Davenport, who has actually shuffled our offer down a few. I'm fine to put it at 7.5 and 5.5. It leaves us with limited cap room, but it does put us up there to get one of the best players in this free agency class for sure. Especially with guys down the board not having interest other than Akeem Hicks. Just not really interested in the type of player that he is. Al Shirer's here. Middle linebackers is definitely a position of need. Anthony Walker here. Jelani Tavai feels good as a Bronco. David Long would be interesting as a Bronco. Alexander Johnson. I'd have to probably go with Anthony Walker here just because of his interest with the team. Of course, we will have the top, you know, top role or interest with him. And then at corner, we have a few on roster. Pat Surtain, Ronald Darby, Kawan Williams. A lot of them getting older, but we also have Ujamudia developing as well. So I think a guy like maybe, Darius Williams to come play boundary or even slot for a year wouldn't be the worst thing ever. So Darius Williams signed on. And then at free safety, you've got obviously you've got Justin Simmons, but I wanted to see who's holding it down at strong safety. Would it be? Yeah, it wouldn't be anyone important. So, um, we look for a strong safety then. And these will be our offers. We'll go Marcus Davenport, Tommy Townsend, Darius Williams, Anthony Walker, and George Fant. Most of these guys are rentals and whatnot, but Marcus Davenport is definitely a permanent piece if we get him, and we get every single person that we wanted here. So good stuff there for phase number 1. Now we can go back and maybe get a couple of minor guys that might play a little role. And I actually brought in Sheldon Rankins, the defensive tackle, and I'm trying to recruit Landon Collins as a bridge guy in case we can't draft anyone that can take over for him, and it might be the deal. But yeah, Sheldon Rankins is now a interior guy for us now, so that's a good slash like okay thing. Like I can see it being good and bad. I also don't know if we have a first round pick, and we could not actually get free safety or strong safety Landon Collins. Uh, I don't know who the next best option is. Might even have to trade for one. And we will start the 2023 NFL draft as the Texans will kick us off. And we actually do have a first round pick. It is the 17th overall, though. I'm not sure exactly where we got that, but I'll take it, right? We're down picking somewhere in this range in range for a Bijan Robinson type. Will Levis is here. Probably wouldn't consider it. Noah Sewell would be very interesting. Jervon. Is it Jervon? Antonio Johnson would be very cool as well, for sure. We want to trade up for him. Andre Carter's here. I guess we could use a strong safety. Brian Branch is down here as well. Nolan Smith, Clark Phillips, BJ Ojolari right here as well. A lot of good players, valuable players down the board. I think I will just simulate to my pick. But let's see who goes top 3 here. Will we see Bryce Young, and I'm guessing Will Anderson. C.J. Stroud goes. Oh boy. Jalen Carter. Will Anderson has fallen to number 4, and he doesn't even get taken. Trenton Simpson's there at number 5. Do we try to make a move up to number 5, where the Washington Commanders probably won't take Will Anderson? They've got one of the best defensive lines in the league. I'm fine to sim one more, and they go Will Anderson anyways. So kind of gives away the whatever. Peter Skoronski goes. Brian Brzee finally off the board. I like this. Michael Mayer. Oh, nice TJ Hawkinson replacement there. I do like that pick quite a bit. Jordan Addison to the Panthers is interesting. And Miles Murphy off the board from Clemson. Tyree Wilson from, I thought he was from A&M, but that is the other one. I can't remember. Jalen Duncan off the board now at right tackle. Jackson Smith and Jigba goes off the board. Paris Johnson off the board. Keely Ringo. I like that fit a lot with the Bengals, but it's just whether or not he lasts till then. And then I think that we will probably have to go Antonio Johnson here. The top of our board, probably. Christian Gonzalez is here. But Antonio Johnson, I mean, he's just too good of a player to pass up. He fits our scheme well. I just really like the player. Texas A&M safety right there. Now we just don't have a second round pick. But let's see how this board plays out here in the end of this first round. Andre Carter from Army goes. Noah Sewell finally off the board as well. Joey Porter, and then the Texans' second pick, right? Second. They go Nolan Smith. Very interesting. And then the Giants, what do the Giants do? Will Levis. Oh my lord. A lot of controversy going down. Christian Gonzalez, I like that pick to the Lions. Broderick Jones, in need of a tackle. Seen that mocked before. Cam Smith at corner. Nice. Quentin Johnston goes this late to the Vikings. Zion Nelson. What are we going to see here? Robert Scott to end the first round or towards the end of the first round. Bijan Robinson and Derrick Henry. Oh boy, that's a rough one. That's a rough one for sure. Garrett Williams, cool. Clark Phillips off the board. And after the first round, Tony Grimes is there. But let's see who's still on the board at the top of this second round. In case I want to even try to make a move. I'm not saying it'll be completely worth it, but I mean, obviously, BJ Ojolari still here. Jahmyr Gibbs still here as well. Henry Toa. Chris Smith doesn't look great. Siaki Ika, I could see myself going for it. Or another right guard, don't need. Elijah Ricks looks good. And we will just actually simulate. We will simulate to pick number 4 in the third round and see, if anyone has fallen dramatically here. KJ Jefferson at the top of the board. I really do like him as a player. No one really, except maybe DeMarvion Overshown. I like him a lot. Good athlete. Sure. B block shedding, C zone coverage, A to C tackling, C pursuit. He looks fine. Doesn't look great. Probably at the top of my board at this point in time, but I'll look at the board and see how it could really play out. Never mind. I have found Yvonne Pace further down the board and looks significantly better. We will go with Yvonne Pace in the third round. Looks to be a value linebacker. And then we have a pick here in 6 picks. Zion, whatever his name was. I'm not even going to try. I'm not all that familiar with late rounds in this class, though. I will let you guys know that now. And Overshown just goes. And then Carlton, Martial. I'm not sure. Make my selection. Let's pick a player here. Preferably a pass rusher is what I would look for here. Speed rusher with C pursuit. I'm not a fan, really. Okay, Isaiah Foskey being down this low really is very, very compelling. I'm not sure why he's down this far. I'm not sure exactly what happened with him and his rating. He's down 32 spots, so a whole entire round. So they're saying he's supposed to be a top of the second round guy, which I agree with. So I don't know. I guess he just falls in Madden anyways. But we'll take Isaiah Foskey. A good edge rusher, guy that could play immediately or just develop over time. And Bernie Stoudemire down the board looks fairly good, right? A lot of C's and a B somewhere. Some okay ranges, A to C tackle, B to D pursuit, B to D impact blocking, C to F hit power. I'm fine with the pick, Bernie Stoudemire. Is it Stoudemire? Looks like it. Might be Stoudemire. I'm not sure. I think it's good value in the 5th, though. We have a few trade offers here, actually. KJ Hamler. Someone I would actually consider trading away. Right here we got Antonio Johnson at a 76 overall. Yvonne Pace at a 72. Isaiah Foskey also at a 72. Bernie Stoudemire wasn't as good as I thought. Jordan Johnson down the board was fine. He'll develop to maybe a 74 by the time his career's over. It could even be higher with some play time. I want to see the offers that we have on KJ Hamler. Not even close to worth anything. So I really think that these off seasons could be pretty fun to do as time moves on as well, and even redo some teams as things move around the board. As teams the draft positions are pretty final right now until we don't know about late first rounds obviously. But the bottom top 5 is definitely solid. So we'll know who picks there, and as hype goes up about some players and whatnot, it might cause chaos. So it would be fun to redo some teams, even do a couple of different things with this. But looking at the team, obviously Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, very solid. Got a good left side of the line. Middle of the line could use some improvement. Lloyd Cushenberry, I'm not sure if he's quite your guy. And then George Fant will be your rental at right tackle. Greg Dulcich to start at tight end. with Russell Wilson under center, and then of course you've got these two running back, and then defensively you made a lot of good moves to put the right guys in the right spots, and I think that's really significant to what we've done, and I think that this team got 100 times better. I know it might sound kind of crazy, but I mean, how could you say it didn't? Antonio Johnson here at strong safety out of A&M. Plug in and play, immediate guy that can come out and impact your team. Avon Pace will eventually take over the role of one of these guys, probably whoever's contract expires first. And then looking at specialists here, we'll have Sheldon Rankins and DJ Jones up the middle. Marcus Davenport and Randy Gregory, working there. I'll have Derek. No, I like Juan Williams in the slot. That's fine with me. Tim Patrick in the slot. Chase Edmonds at third down linebacker. And then obviously our Mike linebackers right there. Nick Batonio and Baron Browning just outside of the rush end spots, but one of them is starting at right outside linebacker, and the other is backing up. Randy Gregory at left outside linebacker. So fun stuff here for the season. I'd like to see how they're doing at the midseason and to see if they have any chance at the playoffs. The team looks solid. It looks better, and you have some developing players that are hopefully going to blossom into good players this season. We'll see the sort of impact that they can put along with the other players on the team. And just like that, we are 5-1. But look at all these trade offers. KJ Hamler, Kawan Williams even getting some hype. I'm down to see these offers right here for the 32-year-old. Didn't really expect much. Kyle Phillips would be funny. Bradley Roby, Scotty Miller, that's funny. Seventh round, Ronald Jones from the freaking Jets. Ian Thomas, Eric Ebron, Leo Chenal, actually. Leo Chenal. If we didn't have a linebacker, that would be pretty good. But just not willing to trade anything even close to that. And I'll see if KJ Hamler actually has some other offers on him, because close to trade deadline, we might want to make a trade or two. Romeo Dobbs. This one would be interesting with the Packers. I don't think it's a realistic trade at all, but I do like Romeo Dobbs quite a bit. But just not enough to trade KJ Hamler for him. I'm assuming he's playing a pretty minimum role. Let's see here. How much cap room do we have? We have a $47 million to sign back Jerry Jeudy, and that is it. Jerry Jeudy, maybe Josie Jewell for another 2 years, if that KJ Hamler is going to be gone anyways. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead and look at the stats on the season, actually. Russell Wilson throwing really well without Nathaniel Hackett. Over here in rushing, carries, yards good. Chase Edmonds not doing well with his carries, but receiving he should be a little bit better at least. Yeah, I mean, he's fine. He's not really playing as big as a role as I thought he might. Cortland Sutton, well on pace to 1,000. Same with Tim Patrick. Jerry Jeudy kind of having a minimum role again. Defensively, what do we see here? Tackles, Antonio Johnson, where's he at? Antonio Johnson at 19. Not great at all. TFLs on the season, Randy Gregory with 8 sacks as well, showing off why he was a big-time free agent, I believe he was. And then he was actually about to return to the Cowboys, and that's the only thing that... Sorry, Cowgirls. That's the only thing that really made me think that he might have even been traded. But, yeah, I don't know if I will re-sign anyone. It's not even worth it. We're not going to go another season. We're just going through this one without any trades and whatnot. So we're just going to see if we can make the playoffs after starting 5-1 with a stellar team and some developing guys still developing as season goes on. We go 10-7, kind of fall apart in the second half of the season, of course. We started off, 5-1 and 10-7. It's kind of whatever. But it's a good one right there. And if you guys see at the top right, Sean Payton is the head coach here. So you guys understand how that works. Russell Wilson throwing for a massive season. 5,200, but 17 interceptions. A lot of turnovers in the second half of the season. Javonte couldn't quite get to 1,000. Tim Patrick was the leading receiver with 1,430 yards. Cortland Sutton, 1,300 yards with some additional yardage and leads the team in touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy, 1,000. Greg Dulcich, 786. KJ Hamler, minimum role, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, good production out of our linebackers for sure. Josie Jewell doing their thing. Marcus Davenport with 17 TFLs, the big-time free agent. DJ Jones with 16. Randy Gregory with 12. Sheldon Rankins with 8. Baron Browning with 7. Darius Williams had a few as well. good to know. And then QB sacks, obviously, Marcus Davenport, all around good season, not great, but Pat Surtain with 4 interceptions, Darius Williams, the other free agent, with 3, and Anthony Walker, the other free agent, with 2, Baron Browning with 1, and Kawan Williams with 1 as well. So really good season, really good regular season there. We'll see what we can do here in the postseason. Shall we take a look at the team and how they've developed throughout the season with fully upgraded and whatnot? See some depth traits. Yeah, Jerry Judy, all this looks normal, same as usual. Then offensively, or defensively, my bad. We're in here now. It doesn't look great. Nothing really looks different or anything like that. Yvonne Pace is up a few overalls. Antonio Johnson's a star development player. Nothing else I can really say about this team, though. I'm curious. Wait, was it DJ Jones or Draymond? Okay, yeah, it was DJ. So Draymond Jones isn't even getting playtime. Sucks to suck, idiot. I'm just kidding. I have nothing against Draymond. He's kind of a stud, actually. I kind of liked him at the beginning of the season. Kind of, his production kind of went down. Losing the first round, the wild card against the Pittsburgh Steelers, though. That is fine. I'm okay with that. I think that is a realistic thing and a realistic goals for the next season for the Denver Broncos. For sure, I think that it could easily go something like this, and with a good offseason like we just had, obviously it's a bit different. Green Bay and Dolphins in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl. Very interesting, and the Pack wins. Go Pack, go! Packers fan, rough elimination. I'm not gonna lie, very rough. Yeah, Coach of the Year, Matt Rule, of course, dude, of course. He will always win that award. Hendon Hooker, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Man, is Hendon Hooker, oh, you can't have Hendon Hooker in here, huh? So it's Hendon Hooker. And here, and then Keely Ringo, Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Bengals. That is interesting. That is very, very fun. Didn't have any awards on our team, but we do have upgrades, so I'm guessing a few players went up a dev trade or two. We will look. Not staff moves. Not what I wanted to do. Not even close. Head coach Dan Campbell, though. Hey. MCDC. You guys watch the Pat McAfee show. You know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of good things on that show. Yeah, Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick both up to superstar development. Jerry Jeudy has developed into a third receiver on this team. I'm joking. Greg Dulcich still at normal. Pat Surtain, he was at superstar, so not worried about anything. Anthony Walker, was he at superstar? Not sure. Or was he at star, I meant. But you guys understand. And then Randy Gregory didn't go up at all or anything like that either. So interesting stuff here. Isaiah Foskey still, developing behind Marcus Davenport. Maybe replaces Randy Gregory when he leaves. Yeah, good stuff here. I think that this is a very highly realistic one, actually. I think that this is something that could happen with a good offseason, a good draft. You could easily find yourself losing in the wild card if you're the Broncos, and looking forward to a bright future, especially with a newer head coach. Whether it's, John Harbaugh, Sean Payton, etc., all those guys you can kind of, you could rely on. It didn't look like Nathaniel Hackett was too good anyways, so. Unfortunately, he was the offensive coordinator for the Packers, and I actually really enjoyed watching his offense last year, but it is whatever. I'll move on, and tell me what teams you guys want to see in the comments down below. I could really appreciate the, you guys telling me which teams to do. It gives me an idea instead of just blindly going out there. I did the Ravens, and they didn't do so well on YouTube as far as views and analytics go, but it was a good video, but yeah, Indianapolis seemed to hit, though. So that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for watching.